and welcome to another episode of The Eating's Jam. Happy New Month. Can you believe it? We are in March, the third month of 2024. Amazing. Listen, when we were coming into the new year, I'm sure a lot of us had New Year's resolution, what some people call. Some people had goals. Some people had great vision and things that they were going to do. Where are you really in those goals? Well, that this month we're going to focus on what's probably going to help us. And I use the word probably because some of you may not follow through with it. But it is a topic that I am super excited to dig deep in and to glean and learn alongside you. But before we get in, let's give a shout out to our production team. Bless Production and Eyes Have Not Seen, they really keep me in check and they make this thing that we're doing come to you effortlessly. It's easy for me to say effortlessly because they do all the work. I just show up. And as I've always told you, I like to yip yap. So I do the yip yapping and they handle every technical aspect that brings you the Eating's Gem. And so let's give it up for them. All right. Well, let's get back to business. So this month in the Beauties of Eden community, some of you that are in there already, we have themed this month Mastery March. Yes, in March, we're going to develop mastery. So this month, all our episodes are geared towards what is this concept of mastery anyway? So today, I want to talk to you about, is mastery important? Is it really important? What is it anyway? Well, come with me as we look at the dictionary definition of the word mastery. I feel like mastery is a word that we are hearing a lot lately. Well, at least since post COVID or around COVID time, that it's being said, develop mastery in a certain area so that you will become a value added person in the world or the society that you live in. So, what is this word mastery anyway? Well, according to vocabulary.com, mastery refers to having great skill at something or total dominance over something. If you've been with me for a minute, you know that word right there, dominance, I love it. Because when God created you and I, He gave us a fivefold blessing. And the ultimate result of that blessing was to dominate a space. So when I think of the word mastery, what comes to mind is a person that has developed the skills necessary to dominate a particular space. Whether it's an industry, whether it's their family, whether it's a certain knowledge section or motherhood, fatherhood, sisterhood. So anyone that has taken the time to develop skills that makes them dominate and become an expert in a certain particular area is walking in what we call mastery. So the example that vocabulary.com gives is if you are fluent in French, you have the mastery of that language. If you win every game of chess, you show a mastery of the game. Mastery is from the word master, who is someone knowledgeable about a subject, like a painter is a master of paint. So, as I've said, just the synonymous word of dominance or dominant or dominate makes me think that mastery, from my personal opinion, is very, very important. Well, that's vocabulary.com, but let's look at other dictionary definitions. From the Merriam-Webster, they says that mastery is having authority. Again, that dominion over something. So when a person has mastery or developed mastery over an area or an industry, they have authority in that space. You know, the ultimate reason why God put you and I here on earth is to dominate and have authority over the adversary or the devil. So now let me just ask you the question, as I seem to be very convinced, but I don't know about you. Do you think it's important to develop mastery? And if so, should we dig deep in, discover our own area or industry where we need to take the time to develop mastery. So, mastery connotes knowledge at a much deeper level, right? So, if we dominate a space or we have authority over the space, we cannot be a novice, which is the first level of mastery. You cannot be, and I cannot be a novice. And in order for us to develop that authority, we need to know, in as much as possible, everything that we need to know about that particular area, industry, or subject matter. So, the example that's giving is that when students go above, so when they not only meet the specific benchmarks, but also gain a complete understanding of the content and can consistently demonstrate the skill, they are at the mastery level. So, with this now, it shows that in order for a person to be deemed that they've achieved a level of mastery, they go above and beyond the benchmark of the expectation. And not only one time, like we kind of hit and miss, that once in a while we hit and go over the benchmark, but it's a consistent pattern of hitting that over that benchmark every single time. So this month, this is my homework for you in this first episode. How about you and I take time to sit down and ask ourselves all the different roles that we play, all the different hats that we wear, all the different positions, titles, and the names that we carry on? Is it important for us to go above the benchmark, above and beyond, the Bible calls it? Jesus gives an example that if you are asked to go a mile, why settle at that mile? Why not go the 2 mile? So, in my opinion, a person that has developed mastery is one that goes above the expected 1 mile and takes it to the 2 mile point. So, this month, I'm super excited. We're going to delve into 5 key areas which I believe God expects us to develop mastery in. So, if I were you, I would not just keep this to myself. I'll share this episode with all my friends. Thank you. If you are a returning listener and a subscriber, thank you. If you're a returning listener but have not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Why don't you do you and I and the production team and your circle of influence? Why don't you do us that favor by not just hitting the subscribe button, but hit the notification button so you don't miss another episode? God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode.